Let's talk about price action when it comes to synthetic indices. You can see here I'm opening a V25 index chart, and as you can tell that the market is now moving in an uptrend. We can see it started from here, giving us higher highs and higher lows, so you can tell that the market is indeed moving in an uptrend. But one thing that you need to establish, which is something that I usually emphasize, it is momentum or the strength. We can tell here, looking at this first impulsive wave going up, you can see that it's not a big wave, but if you can compare it to this most recent one, you can see that this most recent one is very huge, meaning the buyers, they are getting a little bit stronger and stronger as the market is proceeding. So as you can tell here, we have now received a corrective wave, and this is where the magic takes place, because this is where you will execute your trade. So the first thing that you need to establish as a trader in this corrective wave, it is the pattern that makes up the corrective. So you can see here we have these lows down here, or we have our support area all the way down here, and then on the other side we have these resistance or these highs which are getting lower and lower. So they give us some form of a triangle or a peanut sort of a pattern. And when we receive such a pattern, we know that we are waiting for one thing. That one thing is a breakout that we are waiting for. So we're waiting for a breakout in this scenario. And when we receive a breakout, one thing that you need to keep in mind as a trader is that when you receive the breakout, it usually doesn't mean that you should execute the trade there and there. What you need to do, it is to also, in these scenarios, it is to also keep in mind these highs here, that okay, you can receive a breakout and then the market will go there and then bounce and go all the way down. So what you need to keep in mind is that as the market breaks out, let it give you a retest, a retest of these supporting resistance going down. So we are expecting some kind of a retest, and then from that retest, that's why you're gonna execute your trade. So we are expecting a retest. The retest, as I've said, it can be from this resisting trend line, or it can be a retest from one of these highs or one of these resistance areas here. So we're waiting for a retest of these areas, and then from that retest, that's where you're going to execute your trade. So don't just enter immediately when the breakout takes place. It is a good thing, but it is a little bit risky, so you should wait for a small retest. And if you can't observe the retest in this time frame, it will be advisable for you to go in a little bit of a smaller time frame. And when you go to a smaller time frame, that's where you're gonna receive clarity when it comes to the breakout, because there are some structures which are not visible in a higher time frame, but they will be clearly visible on a lower time frame. So usually this is the process that I use when it comes to entries. I first identify the strength, how strong the market is, and then analyze the pattern that is making the corrective wave. So in this case, this was our corrective wave, and we're able to come up with the structures that makes up this pattern, and now we know what we're waiting for. So after that, you have to also get a confirmation. In this case, the confirmation will be the retest. But just one thing, I don't want to speak a lot, I just want to keep this video short, but to just add, when it comes to retest, one thing is that usually when we receive a breakout can come in different forms. We can receive a breakout, for an example, let's say the market is breaking out just in this manner. You can see that here there are a lot of candles. It's just a breakout made up of a lot of candles. If there was a breakout, I'm making an example, let's say these candles they're giving us a breakout. You can see that it's a lot of candles and the market is struggling. But if you receive a breakout, and let's say this was your level, and then the breakout comes through these huge candles, you can see that this is a breakout which is accompanied by strength. And when you receive a breakout that is accompanied by strength, you need to know that it is a safer breakout which might not need you to wait for a retest. You wait for a retest mostly when the candles that makes the breakout, they are candles which shows less strength. And for an example, I just illustrated here that let's say this is a breakout. You can see that the market was a bit struggling. In this case, it was delayed when as it was breaking out. But if it's like this, the breakout with huge candles, it shows you that the buyers are really strong. They might not even retest, because waiting for a retest means that you are likely to wait for something that will not take place. So it is important for you to understand how the market breaks that particular level. I hope this is making sense. I'm just gonna keep it short and leave it here. Thank you guys.